Happy Monday, friends! Welcome back to our Words Their Way group. All right, last week we worked on the hard and soft C and G sounds. We learned, well, think about what we learned last week and what was our pattern. If I wanted to get a soft C sound like s, 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 I could have a C, but then I had to have some letters after it. We determined we needed a C and then an I, a C and a Y, or a C and an E. For the same thing for G, if I wanted to get a soft G sound, then I need the J, J. A lot of times I have to have a G and an I, a G and an E, or a G and a Y. So if I wanted the hard G or the hard C sound like K or G, then we did not need the I, E, or Y. We needed the A, the O, or the U that followed that consonant. All right, so this week we are looking at the soft C sound, the S sound, and the soft G sound, the J sound. But this time, last week we were looking at the beginning of words. This time we're going to be looking at the final syllable, the last syllable that is in that word. So let's take a look at the words for the week. We have notice. Go ahead and repeat these after me. Notice, bandage, midget, science, luggage, address, package, distance. Keep reading after me, please. Recess, police, garbage, actress, office, message, compass, surgeon. Keep reading, please. Budget, princess, sentence, manage, gadget, practice, village, and courage. We have these words this week. You should have cut them out by now. And so I would like for you to double check that you do have them cut out. You should have the cut out words, and you should also have your pencil with you. If you don't have these things, please press pause and go and get them. All right, so you should have everything that you need at this point. We're going to talk about when we get the soft C and soft G in the final syllables. There are 4 patterns that we're going to be looking at. Actually, let's take a look at some words here. I've got the word princess, and I've also got the word police. These both have the soft C sound. Can you figure out where that S sound is towards the end of the word and what letters you notice? I'm going to put a few other words out and see if you can see something that's the same about these. Look towards the end of the word. That's sentence, and this is address. What do you notice about these 2 words, princess and address? They both have the soft C sound, that S sound, at the end of the word. Address, princess. This one has 2 S's on the end, and so does this one. Well, we're going to put a heading up here. When you have 2 S's at the end of a word, it does make that S sound. Now, if you notice up here at the very top, there is a letter, but then there are some slashes on either side. Whenever you notice that letters are inside of the 2 slashes, that just tells us we need to pronounce the sound. So S and S together equal the S. All right, so we've got princess and address under that double S letter pattern that makes the S sound. Okay, here are 2 other words at the very end. Excuse me. At the very end, I see there are 2 letters that are the same. They're ones that we worked on last week when we tried to get the soft C sound. I see the CE and the CE. So I'm also going to pull over the heading that you have within your labels that says CE. Those two letters, if it comes at the end of a word, the CE equals the S sound. Remember, those two slashes mean we say the sound, not the letter. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you some of the J sound. We're looking for soft G. So I'm going to show you a few words that we can put under the soft G sound. We've got garbage, and we've also got village. Okay, what do you notice about those two words? Where we have the J sound on the end. Okay, I notice that we've got a GE on the end, a GE that is what we talked about last week, because that E coming after the G, it has to be GI, GE, or GY. Well, that's a GE. But I also noticed that they both have an A in front of those letters. There's an AGE on the end and an AGE here for village. There's an AGE here for garbage. I notice also that if an A, because I know my vowel rules, that the final E, if there's an E, it usually will bop that A, or it will make that first vowel say its name. So if we had this word by itself, it would just be age. Well, if it comes at the end of a word, and it's the second chunk, then we're going to say it's idge. So we don't say village and garbage. That's not right. So we would say, and I'm going to put this heading up here, the AGE that comes at the end of a word equals the idge sound. So we've got IJ inside of those slashes that tells us that's what it's supposed to sound like. So that's why we know that if AGE comes at the end of the word, it's not age, it's idge. So village, garbage. Okay? All right, let's look at another set for the soft G sound. All right, here is gadget. And I've also got midget. I've also got, I'm going to put 3 words this time, surgeon up here at the top. Now, these are not J sounds coming at the very end, but they are in the second syllable. They're in the second chunk. Not, if I were breaking this word, I would have sir and jun. Okay? The jun has the j that starts that second chunk, but it's not in the first syllable, it's in the second syllable. So I have gadget. So the second syllable starts with the j and j, like midget. Okay. What we're doing with these words is I want to see. Over here we had AGE that said idge. Now what's over here that gives us that soft G sound for j? Did you say we have to have a G and an E together? Let's check another. Do we have G and E together? G and E together. Perfect. These 2 words I notice have a DGE. This one has a DGE. A lot of times when you see a D, a G, and an E together, they will make the J sound as well. Not all words have the D, so they all will fall under the GE. But if you do see other words like fudge that has DGE on it, that also, the D just goes right on in with the GE and helps to make that soft G sound. So I'm going to put these 3 words up here, but I'm also going to pull over the heading, another heading that you have, that's GE. Those 2 letters in the second chunk, or in the final chunk, that final syllable, will say J. All right. So now, it is your turn to go and take your words out, and what I'd like you to do is put your 4 columns up top for the 2 soft C sounds, the S sounds, and the 2 columns for the J sound, and I would like for you to sort your words based on those rules. Then come back and check.